Good morning. It is day 0 of DreamHack Atlanta, and I am in the Airbnb. We are sharing this Airbnb with 7 people total. Wait, 6 people. 6 people, and we are living close to the convention center. So luckily, we also have one of our friends here who has a car, so they have kindly offered to take us and our luggage to the con today to do setup. And interestingly enough, setup is today only, and it has to be complete before 4 p.m. So we had to fly in last night, hence the very long stay here in Atlanta. But weather has been pretty nice, honestly. I know there was some incident that occurred like a few days before leaving for Atlanta, so I wasn't even sure if like the event was gonna still go on, but apparently it is, and there's gonna be a football game also, so we shall see how this event goes this weekend. The con center also has a really strict no food or drink policy, and that includes your own water. Not gonna lie, I'm probably just gonna take some bottles of water in my luggage and hope for the best, because you're not gonna catch me buying $10 bottles of water at the convention center. So yeah, today we are also going to be meeting up with other artists and going to Korean barbecue tonight, so that's gonna be fun. And generally speaking, this convention is going to be like a friend con. A lot of mutuals from MomoCon are here, so we're just gonna have fun and hang out. And tomorrow is gonna be the How to Train a Dragon concert, of which I made t-shirts for. You probably saw that clip earlier, but yeah, hopefully today will go well, and hopefully this event will go well. Alright, we are at DreamHack. This is at the Georgia World Congress Center, and it's a little hot in here, not gonna lie. So just getting set up, and we are probably going to finalize setup today. So no setup for tomorrow. We're just gonna show up. So I know some people asked and are curious about how I do my lighting, and for my booth I use these little half panels that are semi-transparent, translucent I guess, and it does a really good job at diffusing light, so you can put whatever sort of like light source you want on top. And this just kind of slots into the top of my booth, and then the light rests on top, so it'll shine right through and then give a nice like diffused lighting look. And as for the lighting itself, you can use whatever you like. I use under cabinet lighting, and then it plugs in with a USB cord, so it makes it really simple. If you just want to like keep it up there, you can just have a little battery pack and then just plug it into the battery pack and it'll light up. So yeah, very convenient. And also, because this event is a dark show, because it is like a gaming event, there's going to be basically no lighting. It was really important for us to bring our own light source so that people can see the stuff they're purchasing. So yeah, but as a habit of mine for my booths anyways, I just put a lighting setup because I like to control the lighting. Alright, so just to show you what they look like, you can see right here, I'm gonna put the lights on top, and then it'll shine right through. So yeah. All right, it is all set up. As you can see, we just got to put the actual product on tomorrow, but I have trust issues and I don't want people stealing my displays, so it'll be probably like a 30-minute setup tomorrow, so not too bad, but I'll just have to get here extra early and hope for the best. I think right now we are just going to finalize everything. I'm just going to wait for a couple of my other friends, and then we'll probably head out and get some lunch or, I don't know, sightsee or something. It's usually just called Beach Market. Because it's so big. Alright, good morning. We are here at DreamHack. This is day one, and me and like my other artist roommates are probably like the first artists here. It is very empty right now. There's not anyone here yet, but we are right under the Artist Alley sign right there, which is pretty cool. And the booth layouts for Artist Alleys, we have a massive space, so like you can see it's like an 8x10. I just have like a ton of space back here I'm not doing anything with it. So I really wish that like if I were local, I probably would have brought an extra table and things like that, but weight limits and whatnot for this event, so it's all right. But so far everything is pretty good. We are just going to be doing the setup for the rest of the products and turning on the lights because it is going to get really dark in here. So alrighty, we are all set up. So we have this new toothless mouse pad. I have this little section here that will have its own like lighting during the event. So this has my exclusive enamel pin design that is $15 each or $70 or free with a $70 purchase. And then this one is also a new product, which is my duck enamel pin set. We also have the cookie blind bags. Let's see, just the prints as normal. Have the foil prints and stuff in the corner. And yeah, another sign right here because I didn't really know what to do with the extra space, so I just added a little thing right here. But, yeah. Hello, so it is now officially 10:13, so technically I think the event is open to the public now. It's still pretty empty. I think actually a lot of artists aren't here yet. I keep hearing really mixed things about how this event is going to go. Like part of me is just kind of like, am I going to just have a lot of stuff left over, or am I going to sell a lot of things? Like I can't really tell what the vibe of this event is yet. Everything does look really cool. There's a lot of different like big name booths and stuff. There's like Monster, I think, who's sponsoring this event. There's Lego, there's like Magic the Gathering, and there's a bunch of really cool booths here that I hope that I'll be able to get around and, you know, take a look at everything. If I get the chance, Connie, Sleepy Board, is tabling right behind me in case I need to use the bathroom or anything. She does have helpers to watch my booth, which I am very, very grateful for. So I think this event it's very up in the air right now. So yeah. All right, I just had some really cute vendors come by and purchase my stuff, and also my table neighbor that's across from me is Jayon Designs, and she made this cute little ribbon. It says exhausted introvert, and that's me. Let me show you their booth really quick. Right there.
so cute. Even if sales aren't great this weekend, I think the vibes of this event are really nice. A lot of the vendors and artists here are really cool. And yeah, this at its core, like I mentioned, is friend con. Like, we are here for friends and we are here to just have fun. All right, so we are officially almost 4 hours into the event and it is very slow. It is a Friday morning though, it's how it goes, but I will be happy if I can make back my table today. I don't have high hopes for anything else, but hopefully today we'll make back table and tomorrow we'll make back expenses going into profit. So far, I thought they were actually gonna like shut off the lights here or dim them a lot, because the guy I talked to yesterday was like, yeah, this is gonna be a dark show, so make sure you have lights. And honestly, like, I don't even think I really needed to have lights on. Like, I just have it because it's part of my booth anyways, but I know there are people who like specifically bought lighting for this event and I don't think it was totally necessary. We will see in a few hours if things pick up, because this goes okay, where was I? Yeah, hopefully the event will pick up when people start getting off of work later today. All right, another check-in. It's almost 3 o'clock now and the theme still remains the same. It is still relatively slow, but the foot traffic is definitely picking up, but those aren't necessarily translating into sales right now. So I am on track to making my booth back, but I don't know that I'll make anything else other than that today, which is a little sad. And I figured that a lot of people will probably want to try all the demos and things first, because there is a lot to do at this event, and there's less of a focus on the actual shopping part. So that's kind of as expected. I did talk to a couple friends who've done this event and they mentioned it's definitely slower this year than it was last year on Friday. All right, it is 4:20 and we have made back table finally, and just table. So on our way to making back expenses, and fingers crossed that tomorrow's foot traffic is a little bit more than it is today. And actually the exclusive pins like these have been doing fairly well. I just hope I don't end up with leftovers, because I literally can't sell those anywhere else. It took 7 hours to make back table, and the table cost was $550 after the discount. Oh, I'm sorry, $500 after the discount. And then because we had to wire our payment in, that story on that for another day, but because I wired it in, it was a $25 fee, so this booth costed like $525. So we made back table finally, and honestly, like, I don't think I've had it be this slow since my very first event last year in September, and that was at like an outdoor craft fair. This is like a full-on convention. All right, it is 10 minutes until the show is over, and yep, it never picked up. Today's numbers are not good. I think they're probably the worst day one, or worst period kind of revenue I've ever had at a like convention, so that's interesting. Luckily, I have been able to make back my table today and part of my expenses. Not quite like my entire flight yet, but hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get the rest of those expenses back in, and then I'm in the clear, and then I will be happy about that. Just getting ready for the show to end today. Alrighty, we are in Artist Alley on day 2, and It is currently not open, so you can see a lot of people are still kind of trickling in, getting their setup done. Oh my god, this is so cute. That is adorable. Judge Arts. Oh look, it's Athena's booth. A cat square. Yeah, so Artist Alley is pretty small. They actually did double in size this year, but even then it's still pretty small by Artist Alley standards. From what I've heard, foot traffic is supposed to like exponentially increase on Saturdays, and probably a lot better on Sundays too than it was on Friday. Let us see if that is true. Oh look, a cute little Dedenne. Who's the artist? This is Sugar Cube Studios booth. She just has so many super cute enamel keychains, not keychains, pins, and keycaps and stickers. It is currently 12:30 on a Saturday, and it is extremely disappointing. There is basically no sales. Like I've had in the past like 3.5 hours, I've had like 11 or 12 sales. So yeah, it is not lucrative here. Like there's a lot to do for attendees, but in terms of like making money as an artist here, hard pass on this event. I don't think that I will do this again as a vendor. But yeah, it's been pretty sad. Especially for a Saturday. So I'm really hoping that in the next there's still around 5.5 hours left for Saturday for the vendor section. So I'm just preparing for the worst. Hopefully we'll at least make back expenses for this trip. And if I don't, that would be the first time ever being in the red for an event. So yeah, take that however you want. I'm typically very confident that I can do really well at events, but you know, it's just all in the vibe of the event. But for how much we paid for this booth, for how much we had to invest in things like exclusive merch and advertising and things like that, I expected way more out of this event. So not worth it if you're out of state, not worth it even for the booth cost, really. Even if you're local, yeah, it's a little bit sad. Like that's the traffic for a Saturday. Nope. All right, y'all. It is 1:49 and I've officially made back my expenses. And we are in profit now. So, I mean, everyone has been really nice. The people who have come up, they have all expressed how much they love like my stuff and my art. I just don't think that the attendees came here with the intention to spend money. All things considered, on the whole, a very nice event to attend. Not so much to sell at, but there's still the rest of today and all of tomorrow. So fingers crossed that we can make a little bit of profit after all of this.
It's too late. It's too late. It's fine.
Alright, hello. It is day 3 and the final day of DreamHack Atlanta. It felt like this day would never get here. It is 12:24, so we're about 2.5 hours into the con. And already I think that this morning has been way better than Saturday and Friday. I don't know if I covered this already, but Saturday sales were marginally better than Friday, and by marginally, I think it was maybe like a couple $100 better than Friday, which is not saying much. So yeah, I'm just trying to finish out this event at this point. But like I said yesterday, everyone has been super nice, and not gonna lie, there were some weird interactions, but nothing like overtly rude or anything, just interesting interactions. Alright, so since there's a lull in people right now, I just wanted to quickly share some of the really cool DreamHack exclusives that other artists have made. But here's a very cute print, and someone did a little fan that had the Bass Pro Shops on there. Lots of stickers, so let me share each of them. Here's this one. Here's this one. Here's this one. I love this one, it's so cute. And then my booth neighbors. There's this one with 3 different artists on there, and it's a magnet. And then my friend had a Poro keychain, and then a little keycap that lights up, and it's clicky. I think, yeah, the design is a little peach with headphones. And then I did some art trades as well. Got some sticker sheets from my front neighbor, and also I got a Cubone t-shirt for, I don't know, you can see that design. It's a little Cubone t-shirt. And poster! Also for my booth neighbor. But yeah, there's so much talent in Artist Alley. It's crazy, and I feel so terrible for everyone because, I mean, I'm not the only person who has had similar, like, has had these feelings of things being like not quite right with sales. And there are quite a few of us who flew in for this event, and I think for the most part everyone was able to at least break even. I think there's some people still in the red getting there. So yeah, just interesting all around. But I've made a lot of new artist friends, and we are all mutuals now, so that's great. The foot traffic now is typical of what a Sunday should be, so at least there's that. I was able to sell another one of my tote bags, and those usually sell out at every event, but I only sold 2. Alrighty, it is pretty much the end. This is what we have. I think the only thing we sold out of was this. Sticky notes did pretty well. Klotzer sold out and Diglett sold out, but I only brought like maybe 7 or 8 of each of them. And washi tapes also did fairly well. And stickers, of course, but no sold outs on the stickers, so yeah. Alright, so it is pretty much the end of the show. I think we maybe have like, let me see, we have around 15 minutes left, but I just wanted to make my closing thoughts right now. Sunday has been like by far the best day, which is really weird for events, but I think what it was is that the majority of the attendees here were actually 3-day pass holders, and I think they were all just waiting for Sunday to make their purchases. But even then, I still think that this Sunday is a very normal Sunday, like in terms of numbers. Yeah, it really doesn't make up for the poor performance on Friday and Saturday. I'll probably make some more final thoughts after the show is over and I'm packed up and stuff, and I can give a more in-depth kind of analysis of what I think about this event and what my final thoughts are.
Hello. So we are finally back home. It's actually 2 days after the convention has ended. It's now Tuesday, but I finally got home yesterday and I was a bit too tired to film a recap then, so I'm gonna do it now and talk a little bit about my experience at DreamHack. You saw like some pretty raw reactions earlier in the video, but I think now that I've had some time to think about it, I think I can talk a little bit more cohesively about things that have happened and my thoughts and overall review for this convention. There were obviously a lot of things that I had complaints about, but I do want to take some time to acknowledge the good things that have happened. So the first thing that I really appreciated about this event was the fact that we had really helpful DreamHack Artist Alley staff. There was a lot of them that just walked around during the event, and they would kind of pop up here and there and be like, hey, are you okay? Do you need anything? There was several people who were soloing this convention, myself included. And my table neighbor, for instance, had a staff member watch their booth while he ran off to the bathroom and came back, so that, you know, there was staff there watching his stuff. And I think that's really, really helpful. Not all the events out there will offer a service like this. The second thing is that they did offer free Wi-Fi for this event, and that was really nice. I don't think that I would have had a problem if I used my own internet, but the fact that they had Wi-Fi for vendors for free was also a huge plus. The last thing, of course, was that the artists that they accepted and had in the Artist Alley were all amazing. Everyone was super talented. Their setup was very professional. So I definitely think that this is one of the stronger artist alleys that I've seen. These were some really strong points of the convention. Now, for the very, very obvious downsides to doing this event as an artist. As an attendee, I think this event was wonderful, right? If you were here as an attendee, there was so much to do, a lot of cool things to see, a lot of very, very cool vendors to shop from, and a lot of free things that you could do. There was a free play arcade, a lot of vendors there were handing out samples, and Lego was there. Lego was handing out freebies as well. So as an attendee, this probably was a very, very cool event. But as a business being there, there are several reasons why I don't think I'm going to be doing this event again unless these change in the future. The first one is the fat price tag that was on this Artist Alley table. So it was $650 to table at DreamHack. You could do custom merch that brought down the table price to $500 instead, but $500 is still a very, very large amount of money to pay for this booth. Things change every year, and there might be several factors why turnout wasn't as good as they thought this year, but I don't think that even at the reduced price of $500, this event was worth it at all. And on top of that, the only way that we were able to pay for our booths was via a ACH transfer or a wire transfer. And for my bank, I wasn't able to do an ACH transfer, and so I had to wire it in. It is as sketchy as it sounds, and made even more sketchy by the fact that they did not give all artists a invoice. I don't have any paper trail in my emails or anything aside from the acceptance and back and forth from Artist Alley admin that I was accepted into this event. There's no paper that says Pika Studios owes DreamHack Atlanta $650. The price was reduced by $150 because she is doing custom merch, and the final price she has to pay is $500. There's no receipt like that somewhere. it just felt really uncomfortable to have to wire this money in to a company that is overseas, yet the address given to put in the wire transfer was an American address. It just felt really bad. And yes, people have done this event before and have reassured me that like it's okay, this is just their process. I don't think it's okay as a business, and with a presence of that size, like there needs to be better systems put in place for businesses that work with you feel comfortable working with you, you know? And of course, the cherry on top is that there's a $25 wire transfer fee. So really the discount wasn't a $150 discount, it was more like $125. So that's strike number one. And so before I even came to this event, I was already feeling like a little miffed by the process. The second thing that I do want to cite as something that I would like to see improved upon is to reduce the high expectations that you have for artists to participate in DreamHack sanctioned activities. Upon acceptance, you were able to opt into several items for the event, and the ones that I opted into were the exclusive merchandise to get the reduced booth cost and a coloring page. And that wasn't too much more work for me since I just basically reused my exclusive merch outline and just sent that in. But I know there was other people who put a lot of time and effort into these extras. That was the two things that I was able to do. And the other items that you could opt into were a stamp rally that was hosted by DreamHack or a quest also hosted by DreamHack. Opting into these items, you would expect that there is someone on the DreamHack side who would take care of these activities. And by and large, these activities were artist run and led. Aside from the quest in which they put QR codes on the participating artists' tables, the artists themselves were responsible for leading and talking to and like guiding participants in the quest. Because I wasn't in it, I didn't experience it myself, but I know a lot of artists were complaining how congested their table would be with people who were just there for the quest and had zero intention of browsing their booth. So I think that fell short a little bit. I think the idea was to have people at their table and to bring foot traffic and to bring prospective buyers, but these people were not looking to buy anything from their table. They were just there to participate in the quest and to get a chance at basically it was a raffle for a prize at the end. That was the quest side of things. There was also the stamp rally, and with this stamp rally, because there was a DreamHack sanctioned stamp rally, other artists were not able to create their own stamp rallies. There was just this one DreamHack one, and there were 14 artists in this stamp rally. 14 is a massive number. Many times stamp rallies require participants to spend at their table to receive a stamp. People see 14, different artists they have to visit and pay money at to get something. It's like, it's a really big commitment. And the prize for the stamp rally also had to be given by the artists themselves. The artists had to come up with prizes to put in this goodie bag that they would get at the end of the stamp rally. At the end of the day, this stamp rally was not run really by any DreamHack admin or DreamHack staff. It was 100% ran by artists, and an artist had to step up and fulfill this role as the stamp rally leader, and she did everything. She was the one that communicated with all the artists. She was the one that figured out what prizes were going to be. She figured out, she did the signage for the stamp rallies as well. Otherwise, like there'd be no indication for guests that like which artists were the ones participating in the stamp rally. So again, there was so much expectation and responsibility that were kind of placed onto artists' shoulders when it should have been ran by DreamHack. If DreamHack wants to host these activities, they should take their responsibility and lead them. And I think for the most part, artists are very, very willing to help and contribute, but there has to be like a benefit to doing so, you know? That's something that I would really think about improving in the future for Artist Alley. Either make it a 100% DreamHack-led event, or let artists do their own stamp rallies. And the final thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that you cannot bring outside food or drink into the venue. DreamHack has said that this is not a DreamHack policy, it's a GWCC policy, and upon investigation, this does seem to be true, that the GWCC typically does not allow outside food and drink. However, I have done an event at this center before, and friends who have done events at this center multiple times and have never had issues with taking in outside food or drink, because the event runners actually negotiated a deal or negotiated as part of their contract for, you know, at least exhibitors to be able to bring in their own food and drink. I think this is so important because people with dietary restrictions, people with children who might not be able to eat convention food, people with religious exemptions from certain foods, like why would you not, you know, bake that into your contract to allow at least the exhibitors who oftentimes, like I said, people who are soloing cannot leave their booths for long periods of time to purchase food. And it's just like, why would that not be part of the contract that you would have with the venue? And outside drink, you were not allowed to bring your own water. You couldn't bring your own water bottle filled with water. You couldn't bring like plastic water bottles that were filled with water. You had there were people that had to dump it out, you know, at the security check. So I just think that is super bizarre. I've never had a venue that didn't allow attendees or exhibitors to bring their own water. For these reasons, I don't think I'll be doing DreamHack events in the future, at least not the Atlanta event. I know Dallas is their flagship event. However, if none of these processes really change, I really don't see myself recommending this event to anybody as an artist to table at. For me, is really rare. I think it takes a lot to rile me up and not recommend an event, because I know there are a lot of outside factors that can affect things that happen for a convention, but I think all of these things were well within DreamHack's control, and it left, I would say, like 90% of the artists there with a bad taste in their mouths. So yeah, that was DreamHack Atlanta. Despite all of that, I had a great time with my friends. I was there because a lot of my friends were there, as you saw in the vlog, right? Like we were able to hang out and just have a good time. It just would have been an even better time if the event itself went as we had hoped. But yeah, hopefully you found this vlog entertaining. Hopefully you found some parts of it helpful. But I think that's all I have to say about this event. Yeah, see y'all in the next one, I guess. Bye.